Today I'm going to show you all how to make a local favorite and pair it with a fish that we should all be eating. Fried bake is a type of bread that is fried until golden brown, creating a crispy exterior while maintaining a soft and fluffy interior. Fried bake is often enjoyed as a breakfast item or as a side dish with various savory or sweet accompaniments. Lionfish are an invasive species that are currently inflicting long-standing damage to our ecosystem by eating many of our local fish. They are able to do this because they have very few natural predators, most likely due to their venomous spines. One simple but very effective way to help deal with this problem is to eat them. Alright, so the first step for our lionfish is to wash and clean it. I'm going to show you how we traditionally clean most, if not all, our meat and seafood here in Trinidad and Tobago especially. We love to use acid, so today I'm using lemons. Rough skin lemon. You could use lime. Some people use vinegar for wild gamier meats. Some of us even use flour. So about a quarter cup lemon lime juice. Squeeze it into your water. I like to submerge my lemon and really get all that juice out. Right, and just take your hands, mix it up, get that lemon juice coated into all your pieces of lionfish. The acid really helps to kill off any remaining bacteria on your fish, and it also helps to remove that fresh smell commonly associated with seafood. So the next step here for me, I am going to transfer this into a strainer and allow all this excess moisture to drain off before we season. Right, so now that all our excess water is drained off, time to season. Let's go in with some salt, some black pepper, and classic Caribbean green seasoning. Now we all have our own variations of green seasoning. This one, and I'll be sure to include the full recipe, is a combination of Chive, Chadon Beni, pimento, hot pepper, ginger, garlic, some broadleaf thyme or Spanish thyme as we call it here, some fine thyme. Did I say hot pepper? Yeah. So I process the seasoning down to a smooth and consistent liquid because I don't want any lumps or clumps or chunks of pimento, hot pepper, Chardonnay, Beni, you name it, because that tends to burn off and separate from the fish when frying. So as you can see, everything is very small and evenly blended together, and it allows the fish to absorb even more of that green seasoning goodness. All right, so for ideally, we love to season meat, seafood the day before, at least 6 to 8 hours before. But I mean, if you're running short on time, I would say at minimum a half an hour. The good thing with seafood absorbs flavors really quickly and really well. So I would say minimum half hour to 2 hours. Yeah, we're gonna get started on the bakes now. All right, time for our fried bakes. So here I have some sifted all-purpose flour. To that, I'm gonna be adding some salt, brown sugar, that doesn't seem to want to come out, and baking powder. Oops. Salt for flavor, sugar for sweetness and color, helps to balance out the salt, and baking powder just to help to leaven and lighten our fried bake, giving it a classic light, airy texture. So I just want to, using my hand to incorporate the 3 added ingredients to our flour, just to ensure even mixing throughout. Right, next step, making a hole in the middle, slowly adding my water. Just using my right index finger just to slowly incorporate the water into our flour mixture. I'm aiming for a soft dough. Not too soft either way, too soft and sticky, but either way too rough. Continue, just repeating the process. Alright, so now I'm gonna bring all my clumps of flour together. And even though while I'm bringing it together, I'm still, while touching it, I'm still checking to see how much moisture, how hydrated the flour is. Because I don't want a stiff dough. Remember, you could always add water. But to take out, that's always the problem. All I'm doing, I'm just bringing in the sides into the center and pushing it out. At this point, if you want to take it out of the bowl, need it on the counter, you could do that. Again, just bring in the sides into the center and then rotate 90 degrees. Sides into the center, push out, rotate 90 degrees. And as I continue to knead it, it continues to get drier, which is good because the starch takes a little time to absorb or fully absorb all the moisture. So that's what I said 2 minutes ago when it was looking all wet and sticky. Look at it now. Didn't add any flour. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is put this back in the bowl, cover it with a warm damp cloth or cling, or if your bowl has a cover, you could do that too, and let it rest before we divide into our individual layers for bakes or individual balls, and then shape and roll out to fry. Alright, so now that our dough is rested, we're going to divide it into individual bakes, layers, balls, whatever you want to call it at this point. To do that, I'm just going to divide into 6 equal pieces. Oh, don't worry, I just did 6 here in the video, but the full recipe, in the full written recipe, has for more than 6, okay? So I'm just shaping it into a nice round, even, smooth ball. Some people turn it upside down and bring in all the sides. And it's really the same exact thing you're doing. Yeah, some people even do it on the counter. I'll show you. Alright, so now it's time to roll out our bakes and get them in the hot oil. So what I'm gonna do is just pull this flour to the side and come over here and just lightly dust rolling pin, my hands, just lightly dust the counter as well. And coming in, you can dip it in the flour if you want. Just move this one out of the way. And just gently again, just using the weight of your rolling pin. Alright, let me show you. Put him to the side, I'm going to show you one more time. Just using the weight of your rolling pin to spread your bake. Right, so we have our preheated vegetable oil. So straight into the oil we go. Like most things, it will sink, but as it continues to cook, it will begin to float, which is also another name for fried bakes. So what I want to do is, just to help it puff up, I'm just going to splash oil on the outer layer, and that will help it puff up. Give it its classic light, airy texture in the center. And be careful not to splash any oil on you or on your stove. Look at that. Let's check this side. Still needs some more color. You're looking for that? golden brown color. Some people like their bakes extra brown. I mean, it's really a preference thing at this point. But it's a lovely light golden brown color here. So what I'm gonna do is just allow the excess oil to drain and place it on my wire rack. All right, so now it's time to fry our fish fillets. Look at all that seasoning well absorbed into the fish. So in I'm going in just some, this is just regular all-purpose flour. Just a light coat, shake off any excess, and straight into the oil we go in. Remember, you don't want to overfill your oil, as it will significantly drop the temperature of oil. Just want to put enough where, you know, each of them still have their room to do their thing. So I'm just going in with 4 fillets. All right, so now it's time to assemble and eat. So here we have our baked, look at that. Nice and soft and light on the area on the inside, golden brown on the outside. So time to assemble now. So first we're gonna start with a bed of lettuce. Now of course, we here in Trinidad, I mean, we put a million things on this, but today we're just gonna stick with the basics. Here we have our golden fried lionfish, some Chadon Beni sauce. Now this is just some Chadon Beni, cilantro, salt, hot pepper, and a little garlic. Some tamarind sauce. There's some ripe tamarind, similar seasonings to the Chadon Beni. Some garlic sauce. This is just mayo, garlic, hot pepper, some Chadon Beni, a little water, and a little sugar. And some grated Julie mango mixed with a little hot pepper, anchar masala, and salt. Oh yes, oh yes. Flavor on top of flavor on top of flavor. Seasoned fish, soft and flaky on the inside, crispy on the outside. Oh my god, and this bake is just holding everything together. Look, you haven't even seen any of the liquid from the condiments coming out. It's like the perfect vessel to just soak up all that flavor. Well, y'all, as always, it was a pleasure. Let us know when you all make it. Let us know how it tastes. Send us pics, send us videos. We love to hear from you all. All right? Thanks so much for joining us. Bye.